more globally, it's a metric that we can use to benchmark our equipment, like-in-kind equipment or units across our fleet. So, you can look at operator interventions on any given like-in-kind, like a boiler across the entire fleet and look at, all right, how much automation do I have on this boiler versus this boiler? And what is the operator interventions? What's the load on the operator? What do I get for benefit by adding more automation to a boiler or running a boiler with less automation outside of just typical process characteristics? I look at our process control teams more of an automation team, not just specifically process control and variability reduction. An automation team should be driving all the time to automate facilities to reduce the amount of human intervention required to operate a process, to make it smarter, looking at new technologies. And this metric here is a big driver for that. Like I mentioned earlier, for us benchmarking our equipment, our fleet, and how well our automation performs, and what kind of value do we get out of the investment beyond, modernization and obsolescence replacements? Do we get less operator interventions? Can we do these projects better and come out of it with a better operating facility on more modern projects?
And so having a operator intervention metric that you can compare, can use as a KPI to compare across multiple sites, multiple types of equipment, so then you can identify a certain systemic pattern around, is it this particular type of equipment that tends to require a lot more intervention? Is this particular unit or units, depending if you have multiple of them for your organization, are certain units requiring a lot more intervention than others? And then clearly, again, across your fleet, you may have some really good performers who have very low operator intervention. So what is it that they're doing differently than other of very similar units or similar sites that you can use as a standardization to be able to bring best practice from one of your performers to the other, so you can drive standardization across the organization. So this operator intervention metric allows for doing just that.